Hello, friends, and welcome back to BookTube with Jenny Luez. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And so that we can stay friends forever, because who doesn't want a bestie? As you can see by my shirt, this book, Little Fires Everywhere, is all about the choices we make. You had good choices. Sometimes we're aware of them, and sometimes we're not in the moment. We all try to do the best we can. Some are better under stress and pressure than others. But all of us have always had good choices. In honor of the title, Little Fires Everywhere, we didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. That's a throwback to 1989. That song came out when I was an 8th grader in middle school. So this book, Little Fires Everywhere, I've given it a 4-star rating. In Shaker Heights, a placid, progressive suburb of Cleveland, everything is planned, from the layout of the winding roads to the colors of the houses to the successful lives its residents will go on to lead. And no one embodies the spirit more than Elena Richardson, whose guiding principle is playing by the rules. Enter Mia Warren, an enigmatic artist and single mother who arrives in this idyllic bubble with her teenage daughter Pearl and rents the house from the Richardsons. Soon, Mia and Pearl become more than tenants. All 4 Richardson children are drawn to the mother-daughter pair, but Mia carries with her a mysterious past and a disregard for the status quo that threatens to upend this carefully ordered community. When old family friends of the Richardsons attempt to adopt a Chinese-American baby, a custody battle erupts that dramatically divides the town and puts Mia and Elena on opposing sides. Suspicious of Mia and her motives, Elena is determined to uncover the secrets in Mia's past, but her obsession will come at unexpected and devastating costs. Little Fires Everywhere explores the weight of secrets, the nature of art and identity, and the ferocious pull of motherhood, and the danger of believing that following the rules can avert disaster. Now, while in some regards this book, Little Fires Everywhere, is a masterpiece, in others, as in most books I read, I had a bit of qualm with. For this one, again, there's just a little bit of some crass material. You know, there's teenagers. I like to believe that all teenagers are not crass. I like to believe that not all teenagers make poor decisions or bad choices. And so because of the material in which I hope to keep my own teenage children away from, I didn't want to give this book any more than a 4-star rating. Because I'm raising my children to go against the stream and to live a slightly different life than what is popular or has become accepted in the world we live in today. This book has a lot going on within its pages, and therefore I'm not going to try to depict the whole thing for you in this video. I do highly suggest that you take time to read it on your own if anything of what I read to you stands out to you as a topic of interest. This book does start off with a fire. Somebody strikes a match. A house goes up in flames. Why? It's because the youngest Richardson child, befriended, looked up to as a mother figure, Mia, Pearl's mother, the people that moved in as tenants to the Richardsons' rental apartment or house. Mia and Pearl upended everything in the end, and it's because they lived differently than the idyllic bubble of a town that they found themselves in. The youngest Richardson child quasi-adopts Mia as a mother of her own, someone available to spend time with her, someone that she's able to learn from, assist, someone who says she's helping, but in turn, Mia's actually helping her more than she knows. And it's some of Mia's own words that the youngest Richardson child takes to heart. Just like wildfires become massive. But in the end, there's a newness that comes about from the charred ground. Sometimes we all need to start from scratch, to start over. And this book, to me, kind of embodies this school of thought. Is it better to have roots, stay rooted in one place for generation upon generation upon generation? Or in some ways, does that bubble, that idyllic setting, become a prison of its own? When in a successful career, are you so dependent upon the money that that job gives you that you've clipped your own wings, that there's too much at stake to ever fly the coop, to ever fly away, to ever be free, to ever chart a different course? Is stability really, when you weigh the two, is stability always the right thing to choose? Or, on the other hand, how Mia and her daughter Pearl have lived for so long, being unfettered, renting, having her mom as an artist take up space in the new place through observation, going about finding a new medium, a new way of creating her art, of mixing pieces, embodying herself, but bringing in from it the things she's learned from the new areas where they've lived. So each new town, there's a new project. But when that project is over, she and Pearl, her daughter, pack up and move on to the next. And is that unconventional way of living, paycheck to paycheck, always just selling enough artwork to make do, to make it by, never having a lot to call your own, and yet having freedom? Is that true freedom? Or is freedom found in tradition? Is freedom found in roots? Which one allows you to be more of yourself and more free? Money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is. Money makes life easier, and money can help both yourself and others. So again, does staying rooted in one place and that stability of money through jobs, is that the motivating force? And does that keep you stuck or offer you freedoms? Or on the other hand, does living with little and having the freedom to move about, renting place to place, here, there, never quite knowing where you're going to end up, is that adventure more of a freedom? And I suppose we all have good choices to make. And it depends upon our lives, our circumstances, and what we're seeking to do here on earth, and what we feel the most pull towards or called to. So that's one of the biggest questions that I walked away from with this book. Of course, there's other things going on. There's a mother that abandons a child at a fire station, gives her child up, knowing where to bring the baby so that the baby will be found. There's an adoptive couple who's struggled with infertility for 10 years, who is in process of adopting this baby. And when the birth mom has a change of heart and just can't live without this little darling of a daughter that she raised for the first 3 or 4 months of her baby girl's life, who does this child really belong to? What's in the best interest of this child? Should the baby be with the birth mom, or should the baby be allowed to stay with the adoptive family? As a judge, what would you do? The other aspect of this book is premarital sex found within teenagers And that's part of the crassness or crudeness that I could have done without, even though we all know it goes on. But it's something I wish that did not happen, that adult problems and issues and things we face could be delayed until children are 18 years or older, preferably. But unfortunately, this type of behavior has repercussions, and it ends with a teenage pregnancy, upending the Richardson family ideal. And this teenage girl decides to have an abortion. As she's recovering, again under the care of Mia, because Mia is the safe space, Mia is the adult that seems to understand, that has time for everyone, that has wisdom beyond her years, because Mia herself has a story to tell. And again, that's such an overarching theme in this book. I don't want to spoil it for you, the reader, who's going to read it next after me. But Mia helps the older teenage daughter in the Richardson family heal after the procedure. And the daughter asks, did I make the right decision? She doesn't want to be a disappointment to Mia. She really doesn't want to be a disappointment to herself, but she felt that spark of life inside of her womb, and now that spark is gone. Did she make the right decision? Now, we all have our own ways in which we vote, and I'm not going to shy away from the fact that I am pro-life and not pro-choice. I don't need to get in some political discussion with all of you in this video, perhaps in a different book, a different time. You're free to have your choice as I'm free to have mine. You choose to believe in what you believe in as I'm free to believe in what I do. But Mia's words of wisdom were this: it's not for me to tell you if it was right or wrong. Either way, it's something that you're going to have to learn how to carry. So we all have good choices, and the choices we make throughout our lives determine what we have to carry. I highly suggest you read this book. It is a page turner. It does get you thinking deep thoughts, and it does allow for conversations to be had that should be had. I'll provide a little bit more of my commentary, my thoughts, and some of the quotes that I found most inspiring or telling throughout the pages of this book and the description below this video. I look forward to seeing you again. Until next time, friends.